Thank you, Chris, and thank you, Chris. Australians know that our future depends on how well we continue to grow and shape our economy as we transition from the unprecedented mining investment boom to a stronger, more diverse new economy. Australians have clearly said that we must have an economic plan to make this economic transition a success. The Turnbull government has a clear economic plan to make this happen, to drive jobs and growth in a stronger new economy. Our economy is growing faster than the United Kingdom, United States and Germany. We are growing more than twice as fast as Canada, faster than New Zealand and Singapore, and matching it with economies like South Korea. Our economic plan recognises first and foremost the need for us to be driven by innovation and science to gain the edge we need in a highly competitive world. This is how we secure the jobs we have and create the new jobs that we need. That is why we are backing co-investment in new spin-offs and start-offs, while supporting innovation investment in existing firms and public research institutions. In our Defence White Paper, we have made the decisions necessary to establish a pipeline of work that will secure an advanced defence manufacturing industry here in Australia, driving new high-tech jobs for decades, not just in the shipyards of Adelaide and Perth, but right across the supply chain of our national economy. Our recent concluded trifecta of export trade agreements with China, Japan and South Korea cover a greater share of our exports than all of our previous trade agreements combined. Including the TPP, there are 19,000 specific opportunities for Australian businesses to secure growth in these markets. Small and medium-sized businesses are the prime drivers of jobs and growth in our economy, and they are also overwhelmingly Australian-owned and more likely to reinvest their earnings in future growth as they seek to build their businesses.
As I pointed out here a couple of weeks ago when Penny Wong and I announced our economic statement in the lead-up to the last election, it had 5 times the rate of economic fiscal consolidation than the Treasurer has provided in his budget in an election context. So we've shown we're up for tough decisions.
But you don't believe the budget bottom line, so you're going to make the deficit worse.
No, I do. I've said very clearly I think the budget projections are highly heroic.
And you can change them.
You know, there is wild agreement about the fact that education is important. Where there is a disagreement is how you pay for it. Now, you don't go around making promises with money that you don't have. The Gillard government did that on education, and they found themselves coming unstuck. I was at the COAG meeting where that was fairly obvious, and particularly the Premier from Western Australia made that point very clear. But coming back to Michelle's point, where I have always acted is to ensure that you can control the growth in expenditure. Now, when I was Social Services Minister, I identified those areas in retirement incomes, and we went about a process of change and reform which said, what is the problem? How can we go about fixing that problem? How can we better target and make pension, in that case, more fit for purpose to ensure it's helping the people? And that was for people on low levels of assets and people on very, very moderate.
We're both going to be dealing with this issue.
Can I make one point on that? Take childcare, for example. Childcare is extremely important for increasing number of families. We put forward a position on that, jobs for families, but to pay for it we were going to remove Family Tax Benefit Supplement Part A and Part B, 2 of the 53 remaining supplements in this system. And the revenue we were going to raise from that,